Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my F1 2018 Mod Career Mode here for the Italian Grand Prix and Ferrari's home race here at the Tifosi backyard here in Monza. And it's going to be an interesting one. Pressure's on. We have to win here if possible. We're coming to this race with a lot of momentum. I'm not going to spoil it, so if you guys do want to check out the last episode at Spa, then do check that one out in the top right-hand corner by clicking on the card annotation, because it was a pretty interesting race and a bit of an unexpected result. So I do urge you to go check that one out before you come back to this one. But we got here in Monza with high spirits and overall feeling confident. We've got a nice lead in the championship, so we can afford to have a bit of an off race if we need to, but ideally this is not the race for it. But we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can still have a good race nonetheless. The Mercedes are really fast in a straight line around here, and it's going to be hard to compete with them, but we'll try our best. We've cut out the aero, we've got the wings pretty low on the car, and hopefully it will work for us on the straights, but even then I think we're going to struggle, and we're going to be relying on the slipstream and DRS to really keep up with the Mercedes. Also some strategy play maybe, but we'll see, one step at a time. First of all though, you can see on screen we have a one-stop strategy prepared from supers onto the medium, so that's going to be the expected strategy here. What the AR do, I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see. They could maybe go for a two-stop. Fuel-wise, we're quite over, about 1.5 laps over on fuel. But all in all, I'm looking forward to it. P3 on the grid, one of the better qualifiers we've had in a little while, so hopefully we can do some damage from here. And it all starts by getting a good start off the line and making our way down into the first chicane. So with that being said, enough rambling, and let's get into it now for round number 12 for the Italian Grand Prix. Right then, here we go. Let's get ready for the 5 red lights for the Italian Grand Prix. And we are away. It's a slow start, bogged down slightly there. Not the best by any means. We've lost 4 places already. 5 just bogged down quite severely off the line, and now we're sort of stuck on the outside line here, so a very poor start. Kimi also off to a poor start down to P6. The Red Bulls are the fast starters here, as is Romain Grosjean. We are now side by side with Fernando Alonso in the McLaren here. He's just going to edge in front. That McLaren going pretty well on a straight line. We're now starting to reel him back on the straight and getting alongside him as we brake hard for turn number 4. Get back on the inside, and there we go, getting past Alonso. Now we're right up and close and personal with Romain Grosjean here, who is right behind Kimi Räikkönen, and Verstappen here holding up a bit of a train as the Red Bulls battle away. The Mercedes, on the other hand, absolutely flying away at the front already here, which is far from ideal. So we need to make these moves and recover and try and make up for lost time. So let's see how long it takes us to get past Grosjean. I think I might be able to get him into the Parabolica here if we can stay nice and close into Ascari. Grosjean breaks a bit earlier than I expected. I almost hit the back of him there. That was so close. Nice exit out of Ascari, a little bit wide, but we're still right on the back of the Haas car here. We're going to get the slipstream and now pull to the inside. Went to the last second, and now on the brakes. Nicely done. Bring it up on the power, and we are into P6. So nice recovery. It's back into the normal order now for the big teams in the top 6. But let's see what our race pace is like and what our straight line speed is like as we go into this race. Oh, Verstappen's locked up. The Red Bulls are battling away, and we are going to slip on the inside and make the move. There's a yellow flag behind. Someone's already retired, I think, or potentially locked up, I'm not sure. But either way, we're into P5. This track is a slipstream fest, so we have to try and make it work in our favour. And when we get a chance to break away from the pack, we have to make it count. So pressure's on. Ricciardo now in P3. We can definitely get past him, and let's see first of all if we can pass our teammate. Kimi was the fastest on that last lap, which is quite interesting, so that's good news for us. The Mercedes now aren't really flying away. I can see them in the lap, they're still staying pretty grounded, and they're still within visibility, so that's good news for us. So we can now start getting these moves done without having to panic or rush them, knowing the Mercedes are running away with it at the front. We can sort of make these moves calculated and also at our own pace. I got a wonderful exit out of Ascari here, put myself nice and close to Kimi into Parabolica. He is going to have DRS off of Ricciardo, so it's going to be a bit of a slipstream fest and a bit of a relay activity here onto the main straight as we go onto lap number 4. Fast up of the Grand Prix from me this time round, thanks to the DRS, but Räikkönen gaining on Ricciardo, and I'm gaining on the pair of them here. Will Kimi go for a move on Räikkönen? Oh, sorry, on Ricciardo, should I say. Not quite, as we lock up both front tyres here. We're starting to bunch up. The Mercedes are also battling, I believe, and they're exchanging positions in the slipstream, so this is good news, and that's what's not allowing them to pull away just yet. So right now, things are looking good. Oh, Kimi goes to the inside of Ricciardo into Ascari. That's a bold move. He's committing to it. We're going to watch this from a distance. Out of Ascari, getting the much better exit here, picking up the toe of my teammate. opting for the outside. Kimi's got the slipstream on Ricciardo though. Kimi giving me just enough room here. A little bit of wheel contact on the wheel there. Into Parabolica. Do we get it around the outside? It's going to be close. There's very little space here. Kimi is still there. We are neck and neck onto the home stretch. We're both going to have DRS on Ricciardo here, so this could be pretty interesting for the Australian. We do start to edge ahead of Kimi though, picking up the toe from Ricciardo, which is really helping me out. And into turn one, we're going to go for the move on the brakes up the inside of Ricciardo there, and that is a nice move. Phenomenal stuff. P3 very nicely executed. Stay calm and made the move calculated, and we went up the inside of Ricciardo. So we're now back up into third place where we started. It only took 5 laps, but we're back to where we were, and I can see Bottas and Hamilton go side by side here, so this is good news for me. I also made the overtake quite effectively because Raikkonen is in P4 and we haven't got DRS on anybody, but no one's got DRS on me, which is what you want around Monza, so no one can pick up that toe. Into turn 1 though, I'm definitely starting to edge that we're closer to Mercedes than what Kimi is to me, but I think we're all going to bunch up here, especially if I start battling with the silver arrows, so this is going to make for a very interesting race. Okay, Hamilton and Bottas exchange positions again. Even before Ascari, Bottas got the move done, so he was carrying a lot more speed as we take a big chunk out of the Ascari chicane entry there, but we've definitely gained a bit thanks to them exchanging positions. I don't think I'll be within DRS though. Okay, or maybe I am. So we've got DRS, fastest final sector, so that's good news. So we're now within the DRS of the Mercedes. Let's try and put the pressure on here. Again, Mercedes go for the position change as Hamilton goes to the outside of Bottas. Gets the move done before Parabolica, so that Mercedes is very, very powerful in DRS. I just can't really close up this last bit of the gap because I need to have DRS on every single straight. I didn't have it on the back straight that lap, I only had it on the main one. I need to have it basically the whole lap, and this time I haven't even got DRS in the home stretch. So this is what I'm saying, they've just picked up the pace a little bit. Hamilton fast up at the Grand Prix, and I just need to try and edge in a little bit closer and get within that window. Hamilton, no pun intended, has really got the hammer down now. He's really flying away from Bottas. Definitely looks like he might be running some rich mix, and he's really flying away. I'm now within Bottas's DRS range. I didn't have it on the back straight, but I can see that I'm now well within the range through Parabolica. The thing is, I think Bottas might still have DRS from his teammates. Hamilton comes in. That's a relatively early stop. That could be a 2-stop for Hamilton there, so that's pretty interesting. As we do a purple final sector, we've got DRS on Bottas now. We inherit second place. So Hamilton, the only one out of the top 6 to come in and be on a potential 2-stop. That's quite interesting. So let's see what happens here. We're scheduled to come in next lap, or this lap should I say, for the mediums. I reckon I could probably go one more. Tyres still feel pretty good. I reckon I can get one more lap out of this, but I don't want to ruin Kimi's race, so I'll see what I'll do. But for now, we are putting the pressure on Valtteri. Okay, so a bit of a dilemma here. Do I go for this move or what? Let's go for it. Screw it. We're going to go to the inside, get the move done before the parabolic, hopefully, and also, while we're at it, come in this lap and get the preference in pit stop entry over Valtteri. So let's get this all slowed down for the pit entry here into the pit lane. Let's get it all slowed down. The pit line is very soon here. A little bit too conservative potentially, but doesn't matter. We held up Valtteri there as Kimi and also Ricciardo stay out, so that's quite interesting. Verstappen came in last up, I'm guessing, potentially with Hamilton. So here we go onto the mediums, a 2.6 stop. We stay ahead of Valtteri, which is critical, as we've got a yellow flag on the back straight. Someone's got a puncture, and it's a safety car. Oh wow, that's interesting. I think we've been screwed over here. We've been done dirty potentially. Safety car deployed. There's Lewis. So Lewis has come out ahead of us on super softs, but he's on a 2-stop strategy now. So interesting. That safety car has really thrown things up in the air. We are down to P14, and that is interesting because people are yet to pit. We didn't benefit completely of the safety car under the pit stop, whereas other people will. So let's see what happens here. The safety car is behind us, so people can still run at racing speed. So whoever serves the pit stop this lap might be in gold here. Might have struck gold, should I say. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Kimi's in along with the rest of the AI. There's going to be a massive traffic jam in the pit lane. We should be okay until we get to the finish line. It's when we get to the finish line we're going to get put on a speed delta. Everyone in the pit lane, though, especially Kimi's going to lose a lot of time because of the lollipop staying down. But let's see here. No delta, so we are going to comfortably regain those positions. And we're back up into P4, so that's good news. A scare, you could say, has been avoided. We've got, dare I say, is that Charles Leclerc or Marcus Ericsson the lead in the Alfa Romeo? That is incredible. And we've got a Renault in P2. And like I said, Hamilton's on the super soft. So is Bottas, interestingly enough. So Bottas, I didn't realise, actually going for the 2-stop as well. So Mercedes going far more aggressive. We're committing to the 1-stop here, so this could be interesting on the restart. Okay then, safety car in this lap. We've now gone back up to standard. I think it's worth mentioning, for the first time I think ever, and the only time ever, Marcus Ericsson is going to lead away a safety car restart. So this is interesting. I never thought I'd be saying that, but let's see how this goes. And let's see how this restart gets underway. Let's see. Hopefully we can stay nice and close to Lewis. I'm not going to really have the pace in this tyre. I'm fully accepting that Mercedes will probably completely just slap me up on that super soft compound tyre, but I'll try my best. And we haven't got to burn this tyre out. Like I said, we're going long here to the end of the Grand Prix, whereas Mercedes will have to stop again, so I'm not too concerned, as we're already maxing out. Bottas is slowly gaining on me, but no move just yet, and someone's broken down, and it's Hamilton. Hamilton's broken down, I think. I'm going to have to go around him. I've got end plate damage, but Hamilton, I think, is out of the Grand Prix. Yes, he is. Hamilton's pulled over. Hamilton's out of the Italian Grand Prix. That is absolutely massive for the championship. Problem now is I have some end plate damage, so we could start going backwards. Someone else has retired as well, just under the bridge there before the, I think that's the Variante, the Rotofilio chicane, possibly Nico Hulkenberg out of the race as we go into Ascari here. I've got a little bit of understeer now, especially on these medium tyres. I've not got as much pace as before. I'm struggling to keep the car on the black stuff, so Bottas might be getting past me here relatively quickly, so let's see what happens. At the moment now, I'm not too concerned about winning the race now. Hamilton's out. I'm just concerned about finishing this race and getting the car to the end and not sustaining any more front wing damages. Ericsson and Science come in, so we're going to get promoted momentarily into the race lead, but Bottas is going to, I think, have a problem with that. He's going to try and pass me. However, I can see I'm actually pulling away here on the straight a little bit, looking at the mirrors, so we're doing okay for straight line speed, but DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap, I think. Bottas, here he goes. He's gone to the inside. He's put the pressure in. He's had a phenomenal exit out of the Lesmo. To be fair, I was kind of just sleeping and not really paying too much attention, but Bottas has got the move done. I'm not going to fight him too hard because he's just going to keep on constantly pestering me and trying to get past with DRS, so I might as well let him go. He's got to stop again anyway, so that position, I'll be getting that one back. Thank you very much. Now we have Verstappen and Kimi Räikkönen behind. Now, to be honest with you, I would like to see Kimi win a race. He hasn't won this season, I don't think, and he's had a bit of bad luck in the first few races, and I think the last time he retired as well out of the race. If not, no, actually no, the race before that he might have retired at Silverstone, so I'm kind of hoping he can get redemption. But look at this, without DRS we are flying up to the back of Bottas here. I'm not going to go for any moves because that would be stupid, especially with this front wing damage. Bottas locks up. I have to turn out of the corner. Okay, that was a little bit scarier than what I thought it would be. Verstappen on my outside, they're looking for their move, but no way through. We hold on for now. How is that Red Bull in a straight line? I guess we'll find out shortly, but for now, Verstappen now is putting the pressure on. This is Spa 2.0 again. Will Verstappen this time, they'll get the job done. I'm understeering like crazy at the minute, and Verstappen's going to have DRS on me on the back straight here. I'm going to go to the inside a bit, defend the position into Ascari. Verstappen commits to the move. Squeezes me right onto the curb. I have to get out of it. Verstappen makes it work. Now we've got Kimi behind us for company. I'm going to opt for the outside here. Luckily this track doesn't have too many corners, but Lesmo 1 and 2 and also Parabolica, you need aero as I run wide, trying to bring the nose back in. Verstappen on the inside again, but I completely cut him off. Hand goes up in anger there. A little bit of contact, but Verstappen again is going to have DRS on this home stretch, as will Kimi Räikkönen here. And here they come, pretty quick. They're gaining the speed. I want to go defensive to the inside. Verstappen opts for the outside line this time. He'll have the inside for turn 2, and he's just completely pushed me off there. I'm on the curb. Verstappen gets a poor exit. I get a poor exit. And now Kimi has made the move here in the other Ferrari. Let's see if he can get past Verstappen. That'd be lovely. I'm gaining the momentum though on Kimi. I'm going to back out of that. That's a gap that's always going to get smaller into the chicane here. Let's just follow these two for now. I want to see Kimi win this race. I really do. Here goes Kimi. He's gone for the move on Verstappen up the inside. He's got it done before the brake zone into Ascari, and he's ahead of Max Verstappen now, as we are going to try and get a good exit out there. I can feel the dirty and understeer kicking in stereo. This time we're going to opt for the inside line on Verstappen. He's going to get the DRS on me though, but luckily I'm going to get the DRS off of Kimi as we go into Parabolica. Kimi locks up. I lock up as well, and we've lost more end plate. This is not good. Not good at all. We are in big trouble now. Severe end plate damage on both sides. We've got light green on the left side, yellow on the right. We're gaining on Räikkönen here. Do I go for the move? I'm not going to actually. I'm going to sit back. I don't want to overtake Raikkonen, so I'm going to just basically hold him up because I've got front wing damage. So I want him to try and get away, and I'll hold up Verstappen with his front wing damage, because especially through the Lesmos, I'm going to be a sitting duck, and the Parabolica as well. So hopefully Kimi can try and get away. The understeer is absolutely horrific now. Through the Lesmos, it's way worse than before. Verstappen's got DRS. Will he go for the move into Ascari? Ricciardo's popping out of nowhere here. He's going for the move on his teammate. Oh, almost locked up there. The lockups are so much more sensitive now on the front end of this car as we understeer wide. Again, the Red Bulls now going to war, and they're going to battle. Raikkonen's gone, which is good news. He's now out of my DRS, so I can be a buffer for him. If we can bring home this 1-2, it is possible, but look at the understeer. I'm just having to go so slow through the corners here. And now we're going to be in the back foot. Ricciardo's coming like an absolute missile here. I wonder if he's got rich mix. I'm going to run some rich mix of my own here to counteract his straight line speed, because he's getting a little bit too quick. There's going to be a braking battle against the braking master, Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, very hot. Do I have to grip? Yes, I do. I'm going to try and squeeze him out like Verstappen did to me, but Ricciardo's having absolutely none of it. Gives me a good old barge. This time though, he's got no DRS, and I've still got the rich mix flowing. So we're going to try and go on the outside of Danny Rick. It's a drag race. He's still keeping up, to be fair. He's definitely running rich mixes. He's got some brilliant straight line speed, but we edge in front as I lock up heavily. Again, the lack of front wing is making me lock up so easy now. I'm going to have to knock the brake bias back, I think, to 57, because the lockups are just too much as we understeer so much through here. We're struggling big time through these Lesmos. Lesmo 2. Oh, just not got any front end. Ricciardo's really close. He's going to put the pressure on again. I'm going to force him out wide. Here comes Verstappen as well in the other Red Bull. Ricciardo looking for the outside. Verstappen's kind of following him through. Oh, I've got no grip. I'm going to push Ricciardo out wide. He's going to push me back. Up the inside again, side by side. I'm going to just cut him off as the Red Bulls go side by side here. We're going to go into race down to Parabolica. Come on, turn in, turn in. There we go. The Red Bulls are going to be on me this straight though. They're both side by side already. This could be an interesting situation. They're both going to have DRS here. I'm going to put my car in the middle of the track. They're going to go to either side of me here as we race down to turn 1. Oh dear, this is scary. Oh, this is very scary. I don't even know where to put the car. I'm just driving at this point. I'm getting just pushed around like a pinball machine. Ricciardo's made the move again. Let's pick up the toe on Danny Rick. It's actually orange front wing damage on the right hand side. I didn't realise how bad it was. Oh, Ricciardo's wobbling all over the place. I'm going to have to get out of it. I'm hot into the chicane. I'm cut across the corner there, to be fair. Not the best move. I have to let Ricciardo through, but he was moving all over the place. So Ricciardo gets the move done. That might be him gone now. Oh dear, the understeer is so bad. Verstappen goes up the inside of Lesmo 2. He's got the move done, to be fair to him, but now we've got more company as Pierre Gasly is now behind us in the Toro Rosso Honda. Myself and Verstappen both have DRS. I'm going to go to the outside into Ascari. Do I have the grip on the outside? Oh, I've been forced out by Verstappen again, but we've still somehow kept it in there. Verstappen though gives me another nudge. But we've managed to put in front. Yellow flag behind. Someone's had a problem. We're continuing on here. We're soldiering on. I've given Kimi the gap he needs, so he can now try and convert this, unless Ricciardo's got some godlike pace. Through the Parabolica. Let's see what that Toro Rosso Honda's like in a straight line. I'm curious. Here comes Verstappen already. I'm going to squeeze him. Gasly's picking up the toe. He's benefiting. He's going to go to the left-hand side of me now. Oh dear, there's a Force India behind, and Gasly's gone for the move. This is not going to be good. Again, 3 wide. I'm just driving at this point. I'm getting pinballed around. I'm in the middle. We've all exited the corner pretty much equal. Verstappen picks up a bit more acceleration and gets it done. To be fair, I'm going to keep in the slipstream here. Cut back underneath. Oh, more contact. I'm on the grass. I've locked up. Verstappen's gone, I think. Yeah, I think Verstappen's gone this time. He's got the move done. So we're now going to have to fight for P4 with Pierre Gasly. Here comes Pierre. He's gone for the inside into Parabolica. He's committed to it, to be fair to him. I'm going to have to hold it on the outside, but oh my god, I've got so much understeer. I'm so wide. I'm just going to have to run the AstroTurf. There goes Ocon. There is Valtteri Bottas, who has already come in. But look at this. I've boxed Bottas in. I've managed to box him in. He's going to go to the inside of Ocon. Surely not. To turn 1. Oh my god, I don't even know what's happening anymore this race. Around the outside, inside. There we go, we've held on to that one, P5. Good news. Okay, they're all battling behind me now. Van Dorn, Bottas, Ocon, they're all in a big scrap. So we've managed to break away. We've got a yellow flag in front here. Someone's retired. And it's Max Verstappen. He's got a puncture. Very unfortunate for the Dutchman. We are now back at the P4. Pierre Gasly is on for a podium here. Said no one ever. Okay, maybe not. Verstappen's keeping up with me now for some reason. I don't know what's happened to Max there, but... Well, Verstappen's run back of me again. His forces were out my inside, so I'm going to have to leave the room. I really want to see Gasly get that podium now. I want to squeeze Verstappen a little bit into Ascari, but... Oh, I don't have the grip to switch back underneath it. I'm going to keep it flat just about on the exit, so we'll have half a chance in the slipstream of Verstappen again here, going to the inside. I'm going to back out of it and do an Alonso here and wait for the DRS to become available and then go up the inside on the braking, upset his line a bit, squeeze him out, and I'm going to have DRS now on the home straight. So very tactical moves here. Oh wow, Jesus, massive lock up. Luckily we don't get penalised for it. I had to wait to turn back onto the tarmac, but struggling so much with this lack of front wing. Bottas now is going to be well in the back of me coming out of here. Luckily though, I've got some rich mix saved up. I've been waiting until this moment to see if I could fight with anything at the end of the Grand Prix, and now we can start to deploy it. But look at the speed of that Mercedes. Bottas definitely running rich mix of his own. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, that's my fault. Damn it, that's completely my fault. Locked up, spin around. Well, we are finishing out the points. Disaster for us. Okay, let's get ourselves back to the pits. Right, let's come in and get this front wing changed. But this has been an absolute disaster of ending to a Grand Prix. I'm not too disappointed. I'm glad Kimi's going to win at least to bring home the W for Ferrari. Ever since I got that first bit of front wing damage, it was going to be tricky for me. And when I got that second bit, it was pretty much guaranteed that I was not getting anything out of this race. So anyway, let's go in for some super softs and we'll have a little bit of fun, try and set the fast up of the Grand Prix and call it a race. But yeah, disappointing, really disappointing. It's going to be a very long pit stop as well. Front wing change, tyres, the whole full 9 yards here. An 8.5 stop and we are going to finish last. I think P17. We can maybe try and race Perez, but even then I think it's going to be a bit tricky. There's Raikkonen going through the back straight now, so he could even lap me this race. So that would be pretty interesting. But either way, let's exit the pit lane, get up to speed, and let's at least try and bring home the fastest lap. So you can realise just how weird of a race this has been. Romain Grosjean currently has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with 23.5 more or less, and we've just done 21.6. Oh dear, that's where the race pace has been this race. It's not really been there at all. Let's bring this one home. Raikkonen's going to win. It's going to be a late consolation here, but we are going to get past Lance Stroll, I think. A little bit of rich mix left over. And you can see the speed difference in rich mix as we fly up to the back of the Williams. We're going to make the move very easily. On the brakes, parabolica. And there we go, nicely done. So we're going to come through for P16. Oh well, you can't win them all, so Hamilton can count himself lucky after that DNF because I scored absolutely no points. So yeah, overall, that was the Italian Grand Prix. A bit of an interesting one and one for the ages in terms of not scoring the result that I wanted. It really happens, to be fair. That's one of the few times I've had a bit of a poor race, but Raikkonen wins it, so he brings home the W for Ferrari and his first win of the season after 12 races, which is pretty incredible. And there you have it. Ignore the face. That is indeed Pierre Gasly. So yeah, fair play to him. Really good job. And Ricciardo comes home in second. Raikkonen wins it, so really good news. And overall, very, very good. I mean, it says it's Sainz's face, Hartley on the race suit, and I think that's Gasly as a driver. But, you know, we'll just gloss over it. But anyway, there's your top three. And now let's move into the final race results, drivers and constructors standings. And here we have the final race results as Raikkonen wins ahead of Ricciardo and Gasly in P3. Bottas P4 ahead of Max Verstappen. Stoffel Vandoorne again, a very strong finish in P6 ahead of Esteban Ocon and Brendan Hartley again scoring points in the Alfa Rosso. Fernando Alonso also scoring points in the Alfa McLaren, and Charles Leclerc running out the top 10 scoring the final point. Marcus Ericsson just missing out in P11 after leading infamously 1.5 laps of the Italian Grand Prix. And then we have Sirotkin, Hamilton and Hulkenberg all retiring from the Grand Prix there, and we only managed P16. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, we are still 35 points clear going into Singapore, and still 99 points clear ahead of Max Verstappen. And Stoffel Van Dorn now getting himself up into P7 in the championship, so fair play to him, really going well at the moment. And in terms of the constructor standings, you can see we are 66 points clear ahead of Mercedes. Thanks to Raikkonen's win, we extend our lead, and McLaren now back into 4th place in the Constructors' Championship. So they're coming along nicely and doing some solid progress here, with Williams the only team yet to score a point this season. But if you guys have enjoyed this episode, guys, of the F1 2018 Mod Career, then drop a like on the video. Do drop maybe 150 likes. I think that was a pretty good episode. I think it was quite enjoyable. So if you guys did enjoy it, leave a like. Also, do get subscribed for daily Formula 1 and MotoGP content. Turn on notifications and check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Let's have our next video very soon. Goodbye.